It's a great day, my amazing CEOs. Thank you so much for welcoming me into your home, allowing us to broadcast into your home or into your office. We really appreciate that, especially during these very, very challenging times. And here's what I know to be true for many of you watching right now, whether you're watching on your iPhone or your Android or on a tablet or on your computer, or maybe right now you're listening to the podcast you've downloaded. Thank you so much. And for all our YouTube subscribers and on-demand folks, we appreciate you. So we promise this to be a good use of your time, but I'd like to remind you of one of our fundamental principles of success that we borrow, but it's been timeless, and that is success leaves clues. Now, I want to say that so clearly because we start off every single morning with the CEO Sales Huddle with a case study. And that case study allows us to look at best practices, proven practices that you can use in your own business. So let's take a look, if we can, at Neiman Marcus. So in the early days of Neiman Marcus, the challenge was very, very clear. And that challenge was, how do they differentiate themselves from other retailers in a market that was growing, in a market that was expanding? And the founders, Herbert Marcus, Carrie Marcus Neiman, and Al Neiman, saw the potential to elevate a state, Texas, imagine that of all places, into the fashion world, into the industry to be known as that number one brand. That was a sales message. That was a sales strategy. That was how they wanted to come out the gate. But in order to get Texas on the map as a fashion place, especially when it was competing with other establishments like New York, I'll just mention one, by the way, they had to do something different. And then there was also the crisis of the Great Depression. So it was during a time where the market was uncertain in some areas. So Stanley Marcus said, we want to have a sales message. It's going to align with our sales strategy. And the sales message was, let's have weekly fashion shows, not only to attract shoppers, that's not the number one goal, but to also showcase what we're doing here, to put it on display with the world, let them know the fashion that we're bringing them, let them know the quality that we're bringing them, let them know that we're being creative and serving clients even during these very challenging times. Now, these events demonstrated not only Neiman Marcus' commitment to quality, not only their commitment to customer service, but also having a vibrant shopping atmosphere that led to the overall experience. So by having a sales message, they reinforced both their brand dedication and their high-end target audience who they needed to communicate with. They need to have sales positioning with, but also let them know that we have some modest fashion offerings as well. So Stanley's Genius laid the groundwork for all of their sales outreach, all their promotional strategies that really propelled Neiman Marcus into the national spotlight. And at the end, as you know it today, it's a global juggernaut on an international stage. But it was that sales strategy. It was that sales message. Now, they didn't call it that back then. That's not what they called it. But that's exactly what they were doing and creating a digital media empire. Back then, they just called it advertising. But were they not using media? Were they not using a sales message? Were they not influencing that inside of their ads that they were using? Did they not target their demographics like you have to do as a CEO every single day? So Dallas, well, it's on the map now. And so they even went a little bit further, and this is a little advanced, but some of you can handle this, and that is, they said, you know what, we're going to make the customer's experience so unique. We'll customize their Christmas gifts. We'll personalize the gift wrapping. And we're going to take it a level because we know that our customers are looking for something that separates them from other folks, and we're going to do it. And I believe that Neiman Marcus is a masterclass in merging innovation, technology, customer engagement, and emphasizing having a sales strategy that involved their ideal client with client engagement. That's what all the weekly fashion shows were about. At the end of the day, they didn't focus on making money. They focused on serving folks at the highest level possible with excellence, innovation, and perseverance. So as a result, the founder's mission is fulfilled. They got to keep doing it, got to keep giving quality, got to keep giving customer service, got to have a sales message, got to adapt, got to change, got to move with technology. But boy, are they doing that. So with that being said, when you do that, just like Neiman Marcus, you will see your sales go up, 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 up in a way. With that being said, my name, by the way, is Shay Brown, host of the CEO Sales Huddle. Thanks so much for having us. It's an honor and a privilege to serve you. Welcome, by the way. I don't take it lightly when you allow us to broadcast into your ears right now, or if you're playing us on your computer in the background while you're getting dressed, or if you're at your sales meeting right now. There's two companies right now that we're right now playing in the monitor, which is pretty cool, by the way, in the break room if you didn't get a chance to catch it live. So with that being said, we can start every single morning the way we always do, and that is with our mantra. And our mantra is focus on sales. Our mantra is focus on sales. Our mantra is focus on sales. Why? Because if you can't focus on sales, you can't be in business, because sales, at the end of the day, is the oxygen for every great business in history. And without sales, there's always more money going out than there is coming in. Shay, what's the point you want to land? What's the point you want to bring home? The point I want to make is that selling at the end of the day is serious business. Selling is serious business. But then we also have a pledge that we make as a CEO. And our pledge is we're going to learn, we're going to earn, and we're going to return. So we know with the sales department, who we're directly responsible for, to the sales department as the CEO that we allocate the resources, to the sales department that we are responsible for making sure not only have the resources, but the sales process and the sales people. In order for us to do that, our pledge is that we're going to learn something new. We're going to, in order to earn new revenue from current clients, in order to get new and old clients to return. So we will learn, we will earn, and we will return. And that leads us directly into our objectives. And we've got 3 objectives when we get together every day. Our number 1 objective is about sales progress. We're going to move forward. Our number 2 objective is about understanding the roadblocks that are out there. And number 3, it's about making sure we understand the 5 sales pillars that every CEO must know and understand in order to be successful. And sales pillar number 1 is got to have a one-page CEO sales plan. Sales pillar number 2 is you got to have a sales cycle. You must understand the sales cycle. Sales pillar number 3 is your sales message. Sales pillar number 4 is the CEO dashboard. And we'll take a whole segment on that. And the sales pillar number 5 is you got to have a 7-figure sales team. Now, for those folks that are tuning in, and you tune in every single morning, thanks so much for being here. Do me a favor, even if it's your very first time, look right below the video. Look right below the video. If you can do this and you're on one of those streaming platforms, when you look right below the video, put hashtag I'm here. Hashtag I'm here is the bat signal that you hear to other CEOs and to myself. I love connecting with you because you can see me, but I can't see you. So boy, would I love to connect with you, by the way. Or if you're watching the replay, put hashtag replay. Put hashtag replay. Many of you are watching the replay right now. If you're watching on one of our on-demand streaming platforms, man, what is a pleasure to have you there. We thank you so much. Do me a favor. Drop me an IM at I am Shay Brown. Just drop me a DM at I am Shay Brown. So if you're on the podcast right now, you can right below. If you're on Apple TV or Roku or Amazon Fire, whichever platform you're on right now, we want to know that we appreciate you. So do me a favor. Just drop me a DM. Let's connect. Let's stay in this conversation. Now, the number 1 question I get asked often is, hey, Mary Evans, good morning to you, is what's the purpose of the CEO Sales Huddle, Shay? Why do you do it? The CEO Sales Huddle is a place where CEOs gather to really understand how to sell more faster. So I get it, you know how to sell, but how do you do it sell it more faster? How do you do it easier with less effort? How do you use proven practices in the sales arena to take you to another level? And then it's our big why. And our big why is all about sales growth, accountability, and consistency. So you show up so you can grow, but even in the midst of growing, even in the midst of being consistent, we only ask for 15 minutes a day. Now, there's a logic behind that. There's a reason why we only ask for 15 minutes a day, because there's let's see how many minutes are in a day. Let's just step back. I mean, I know this sounds overly simplistic, but isn't it so true? There are 1,440 minutes in every day. So when you think about it like that, you're like, whoa, 1,440 minutes? And you're asking for 1% of the day? But what do I get for that 1%? What's the overall outcome? The number 1 outcome of the CEO Sales Huddle is to generate $100,000 a month of consistent, predictable, reliable revenue. Now, this is over and beyond whatever you're earning today. You're able to earn an extra $100,000 a month over and beyond whatever you're earning today because you generate more sales. in the business. Now, the number one question that came up was, Shay, that sounds great. Sir, who doesn't want an extra $100,000 plus a month, especially when they're walking in their purpose, especially when they're serving other folks, especially when they're making a difference in the world? And so we said, hey, here's how to do it. First, we got to measure. We have a philosophy. I want you to listen to this. And our philosophy is what gets measured gets managed. What gets managed gets better. And it's a principle of success. But boy, does it work. And I said, well, what are you measuring? And a number of clients I was working with, they were like, well, Shay, really, I haven't figured out what I'm going to be measuring, but I know I need to measure something. And so I said, I'll tell you what, we're going to introduce you, which we did, only to our private clients. And now we do release it as part of the CEO Sales Huddle, which is our CEO Sales Dashboard. I said, now, wouldn't it be cool to have one place you go to? You look at the whole business. You spend 1% of your day, maybe 2 to 3 minutes reviewing it. And you look at 5 key metrics. And those 5 key metrics is what drives you to get to $100,000 a month of consistent, predictable, reliable revenue. So you have to think about it. You can pray about it. That's important. You can believe about it. That's important. You can get psyched up about it. That's important. But all you got to do is look at the numbers, because what gets measured gets managed. What gets managed gets better. And so we said, wait a minute, there's only 5 key areas. So this is what we're doing with our private clients. We're going to release it to you. You can go to www.ceosalesdashboard.com. I would download it, because inside that metric are leads, appointments, offers, deals, and repeat business. So you get an opportunity to take a look at it. Now, once you download, it's going to look just like this. Now, you might say, Shay, why am I downloading this again? Explain to me one more time. The CEO Sales Dashboard was the number one tool that our clients use to get to $100,000 a month consistently. Now, some of you can do it in 1 month. I get that. You have an event, you have a good month, you get to 100K. I understand that. But how do you get there consistently with predictable, reliable revenue? Is measuring and managing these 5 key indicators. So let's take a look at these 5 indicators right now. You can go ahead and download www.ceosalesdashboard.com. It's going to look just like this. There'll be leads, appointments, offers, deals, and repeat business. So go across the top to today. Come down to appointments. I just want you to focus on appointments today. Now, you can focus on leads. We'll talk about that another time. You can focus on offers. We'll talk about that another time. But today, let's just look at appointments. And I want you to do a quick drill down. In the column, put down how many appointments were set by your sales department yesterday. How many appointments were run by your sales department yesterday? Now, you could go to a granular level if you want. You can change these categories in an Excel sheet, but get honest with yourself. How many appointments that were set were one-to-one or one-to-many, or maybe they were just for collaborations? You see, here's what I know to be true. What gets measured gets managed. What gets managed gets better. So we're going to measure it, we're going to manage it, and it will get better. But we don't stop there. We understand one key philosophy, and that is powerful people ask powerful questions, because questions their focus. And in this life, you get what you focus on. So we're now going to celebrate some of our successes. Let's ask ourselves 3 questions. We're going to ask ourselves 3 questions. I love these 3 questions. Go ahead and pop them up there. Number 1, what are you most proud of for the sales department yesterday? Take a look at all the work, all the effort. Yesterday is gone. You're going to take a look at it. And then number 2, what was your biggest accomplishment in the sales department yesterday? And number 3, what do you want to brag about? Like, if you could just pop on here right now and you could just brag about the sales department yesterday, you're the CEO, you're responsible for allocating the resources, allocating the people to the sales department, allocating the resources to the sales department. And certainly you're responsible for making sure the sales department has the sales processes in place so it can be successful. What are you most proud of? Powerful people ask powerful questions, because questions their focus. And in this life, you get exactly what you focus on. But we're going to look at some hurdles. Some challenges. What was your biggest roadblock yesterday in the sales department? What's preventing you today from moving forward in the sales department? And what's the one thing you can do that if you did it, it would move the sales department forward? You can't wait. You're so excited. What would that look like? What would that feel like? Powerful people ask powerful questions, because questions their focus. And in this life, you get what you focus on. My message of the day is take the step. My message of the day is take the step. My message of the day is take the step. You see, do small things well, and you will get big results. You take little small steps. You take a step today, and a step today, and a step today, and a step today. And sometimes it don't feel like it's a big deal. But then you look back and say, whoa, what have I been doing over the last 30 days? What have I been doing over the last 45 days? What have I been doing over the last 60 days? And you see the progress, not today, but tomorrow. When you do that, you will see your sales go up, 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 up in the way. With that being said, my name, by the way, once again, is Shay Brown, host of the CEO Sales Huddle. Thanks for inviting us into your home. Thanks for letting us broadcast and you tuning in and you listening. We don't take it lightly when we have an opportunity to be a part of your life. Make it a great day, everyone. And we're going to make some good things happen. We connect again next time. God bless. We out. Peace, everybody.